guys, I'm Annabelle and welcome to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be doing a full run-through of Mansion of Madness 2nd Edition. Join me at the table and let's play it.
Remember the days when the world was...
Alright guys, I've got everything set up. Well, not really, because this is an app-driven game. So I have ready as much as I can ready, but we're going to have to go to the app and it's going to provide us with a map, the sign of a map that we're going to be creating as we play the game. So really all I have is my two characters. I'm going to be playing as Agatha Crane and Father Mateo, and I'll show them to you when we start playing. I'll show you their abilities, their stats, how long until they go insane or die or take damage, I guess. And the other thing that I have already set up here is a few tokens. So these are clue tokens, which we're going to be using throughout the game. You can use them to reroll. You can use them to take more steps when you're completing a puzzle, which, by the way, I'm terrible at. So probably we'll want to save them for that. Then there's fire and darkness tokens. They're double-sided. One side is fire, one side is the opposite, darkness. And we might be using those and fire might spread. So that's why I kept them handy. There's a whole lot other tokens in this game, but I've kept them off camera because they're usually used during setup when you're setting up the map. So I'll just grab them from off camera and bring them and put them on the map for you guys to see. And then we've got a few decks of cards. We have damage cards, which are here, which we need to shuffle. So let's go ahead and do that. And then next to the damage cards, we have horror damage. So there's two types of ways we can be hit in this game, which I guess helps because sometimes you take horror, sometimes you take damage, so you don't necessarily die as quickly, although you could, depending on your luck. And then these are items. I have them in alphabetical order because you're going to be asked to go grab these specifically when you find stuff around the map. And even for starting setup, you're going to need to collect some. And then finally, I have spells at the top. And each spell comes in a variety. So there's, for example, how many? 5 Feed the Mind. So they're the same in the front. But then when you flip them, something might happen, either good or bad, or both. And you resolve that. So when you grab a spell, when you actually acquire a spell, you have to pick one of these at random without looking at what's in the back of the card. And then since I didn't have any more room in my little card holder, which by the way, I got at www.thebrokentoken.com, I get asked that question a lot, so I might as well just tell you guys so you don't have to ask me in the comments. I have the, what are they called? Status effects. So focused and restrained and all the good stuff. And I also have the insane cards, which if we go insane, so we take too many horror damage, we go insane, you don't lose the game, you just get a new way of winning it. Kind of like Dead of Winter does, gives you a new objective. And finally, but definitely not least, is the app. So I have it open here. I know it's going to be making tons of noise, which I apologize for, but I kind of need it so I can sync the cameras. This is the starting spot, and we could either start a new game or continue one if we left off halfway somewhere, but I guess that one's not available because we're going to start a new game. You can also go to My Collection and just tell the app what you've got. So you can tell them what apps, not apps, what expansions you have bought. And if you do that, the app will know. So for example, there's a bunch of expansions. I don't have any of them. I try not to buy expansions if I don't really have to, because, well, they take a lot of space. And I feel like a game should be good from the start, but I'm sure it adds monsters and cool stuff. So if you want to go that way, there's definitely an option for you to do that. All right, and then of course options is just to, kind of like the settings. So we're gonna go to new game. So I think you can go through the choices and pick whichever one you want. I don't want to spoil all of these things. These are story based. I figure I will go with the first one and see. I guess that's the one that if you're gonna play it, it would be like the one you play. I don't know. It's just it's difficulty 2. All of these are hard, let me tell you. I mean, at least for me, I do not do well with puzzles. But I guess we'll go with this one. So Cycle of Eternity. After a rash of disappearances, your investigation brings you to the Vanderbilt mansion during a meeting of a particular astronomical society. Can you unravel the mystery before the cycle of eternity turns once more? Okay, and then so on the bottom says select investigators. So that's where we're going to go ahead and pick the two that I've already picked. If you're playing solo, you do have to have two investigators and just control them both. So we're picking Agatha, and we are picking, where's Father Mateo? There he is. Okay, and then we're going to go to gain starting items, which will tell us what we start with because right now we have nothing. All right, so investigators begin the scenario with the following. We get bandages, and it's kind of cool that it tells you what deck they come from. They come from the item or common deck. Then brass knuckles, holy cross, kerosene lantern, and flesh ward, which is a spell. And again, we're going to pick one randomly. And each investigator begins with two clues. Oh, nice. Okay. And you get all these items, and you can assign them as you'd like between all of your investigators. So let's go get those items. All right, so here are the items that we start with. Uh, these are obviously these are the spells, and we get to pick just one without looking at the back. They all do the same thing. You are another investigator within range. Discard one damage, then flip this card. I don't know. We'll take you since we read you. Okay. And then we have, let's see, bandages, equipment, action, discard up to 2 face down damage, then discard this card, so it's going to help us heal. We have brass knuckles, equipment, roll 2 additional dice while attacking unarmed, which we don't have any weapons at the moment. Weapons have a little symbol on the top, or like in the middle, you'll see it. And then we have a holy cross, which I'm guessing I'm supposed to give it to Father Mateo if you want to keep it thematic. Roll 1 additional die while resolving a mind test. And then we have kerosene lantern, light source. You may discard this card to convert all clues to successes while attacking unarmed. So these two kind of go well together. So whoever's getting that is probably getting both. We'll probably give these two to Father Mateo, these to Agatha, who's going to be our fighter, I guess. And if since she might be taking damage, we'll give her the spell because this can help her heal. And I've also given them both two clues as indicated here. So continue with setup. Most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. It always has a quote from Lovecraft, and I think it's so cool that they do that. They pay homage to the game, that this game represents.
You slump into your office chair after another long day of interviews. You've been investigating the disappearances surrounding a wealthy neighborhood for 2 weeks, but you have nothing to show for it. The telephone rings. You answer and hear the panicked voice of an older man.
Is this the investigator who visited the Vanderbilt estate?
You flip through the files on your desk. William Vanderbilt, a wealthy bachelor, mother recently deceased. He has refused to meet with you, but you are able to speak to several members of his serving staff.
This is Eugene, Mr. Vanderbilt's butler. I didn't know who else to call. The police think I'm crazy. Unnatural things have started happening here. I'm worried for my master. I think he's in danger. Please, help.
Finally, a lead. You hang up the phone, throw on your coat, and leave for the Vanderbilt estate.
Continue. And here is our map. Your car rattles up the uneven drive, pulling up to a stop in front of the estate. Several cars and carriages are parked along the drive. However, the butler who contacted you is nowhere to be seen. You knock on the large oak door to no response. Fearing something has happened, you try the handle and the door swings open into a lavish entryway. Place the lobby tile and walls as indicated. And it's great that they give you the symbol. This is on the maps themselves. It says lobby and it has a symbol, and that just helps you in case you have expansions, because it'll have the symbol for the expansion so you know where to look. All right, so we're going to find the lobby. I have the lobby right here, facing, I guess, facing the way it's on the app. with a door here because that's the way we're going to go in. And it's asking us to put a wall here, which it's kind of cool. You cover the door and this fits perfectly. And now we have a picture frame on the wall. So that's not a door anymore. All right, let's move on. You step into the warmth of the house. A strange stillness hangs in the air, and your footsteps echo through the quiet entrance. Place your investigator figures as indicated. Yeah, so it makes sense that we are right here. We just came in through the door. In the middle of the lobby sits a table with a small pile of papers. Place a search token as indicated. And it's kind of cool that in this game, even if you've played the scenario before, I've played this scenario before just to make sure I knew what I was doing. I tested it out, and there was no search token at the table on the table. So the app does a great job at adding replayability by just switching things around a bit. So I might know the story if it is the same story. I don't know if they're going to switch it around on me, but already I have other places to search that I did not search before. And yeah, so it's right here on the table. Let's see what's next. A table with a telephone sits at the top of the staircase on the right. Place a search token as indicated. Okay, so we have another place where we can search. And just so you know, these white lines indicate break spaces up. So this space and this space is different from the space where we're in. So I'm guessing actually we are in the space with the search token because the lines go weird. It's not straight lines like in other games. A mysterious painting of a nighttime's landscape looms over the lobby staircases. Place a search token as indicated. All right, so we can search this picture. The silence is broken by the muffled shouts and sounds of crashing pots and pans coming from the door on your left. Place an explore token as indicated. So we can explore this way. And again, it's showing me how the game can really change even though we're playing the same scenario. I had a similar situation, but the noise was coming from the right door. Now the noise is coming from the left door. So maybe the whole map is different, and that's great because then I really don't know where to go. I have to start from scratch again, which is it's great. I like that happens and that I'm not just repeating the same scenario. You notice a shelf stacked with books and other objects nearby. Pushing it in front of the door could prevent someone or something from coming through. Place a barricade as indicated. Okay, so we have a barricade here, and what they do is we can put them against doors so that if there's, let's say we find a monster here and we are able to escape that room before we attack it or it attacks us, hopefully, we can move the barricade over to the door, and then the monster might have a harder time getting out. They can still get out depending on their brawn. They have to roll and get 2 successes. But at least we save a little bit of time while they deal with the barricade. So 3 other doors lead into the mansion. Place explore tokens as indicated. Okay, so door, and door. We haven't even taken a turn, and there's already so much that we can do. And that's one thing that I find in this game is that there is way more to do than you have time to do it. And that could be a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because let's say that you needed to go head towards the north door to actually complete the scenario. If you go over and take the east doors and they lead you to a red herring, you've wasted time and the scenario just gets harder and you will probably die. And it's a guessing game because unless so far we don't have any clues. We know there's noise, so do we take the door with the noise or do we take the the door that seems quiet? But that's the only clue we have. Really, I mean, that a lot of people would say just go to the noise, right? We know there's something there. Scary though. But, we have a lot of choices, so let's see. And that seems to be the end of our choices, so we can start. So on your turn, you can take 2 actions. Actions, are usually most of the actions are interacting with stuff that's on the map or interacting with your own stuff. Also, there's a move action, which allows you to move up to 2 spaces, and a trade action, which allows you to trade items with an investigator that's next to you, or just drop things on the floor so that another investigator can later pick them up, or just because you don't want them, I guess. There's a few others. An attack action, of course, but we're not going to attack right now because there's nobody to attack. There's also a push action where you can push an investigator to another area and then you kind of go with them. You can also push monsters this way. But for now, I think we're just going to start checking out what's going on. So I know there's a couple of search tokens. I do want to get those done, especially the one that's in my face. So let's start. Since I know Agatha is going to be our fighter, I'm going to let her maybe come over here and check the noise, because if there's noise, there's people. If there's people, there's fights. uh, I mean, that's just my guess. And I'll have Father Mateo start searching. So in order to do a search action, you just go to the app and you click on the thing you want to search. Of course, you have to be in the same area. But right now, he's right here by the table. So he's going to check that table, and then for his next action, it'll depend on what we find on the table. But before we do it, this is where Mateo stands right now. He has 6 health and 8 horror, so he can take a little bit more horror. Being a priest, he's probably heard a couple things. He's yeah, the priest. Okay. Action. Another investigator within range becomes focused. Activate this ability only once per round. So that's great. He can focus someone else. And when you focus somebody, let me show you. This is the focus card. You may discard this card to convert all clues to successes while resolving a test. So it just helps you be more successful when you're testing stuff, which there is a whole lot of testing in this game. Most things you're going to do, including attacks, are going to require tests. So these are his stats, and when we do tests, it's going to ask us to test one of these things, either strength, agility, observation, lore, influence, or will. And those numbers on the right are how many dice we get to roll when we're testing that. So Father Mateo is really good at will, but not so good at observation. And then he starts with 2 clues and the items that you saw before. So that's Father Mateo. All right, let's search. I'm going to click here, and something's going to pop up. And I love how it kind of stays on the map. Like it's right there where we clicked. It just kind of moved the whole map so that we could see the options that we have here. This Heveld, I don't know how to say that, pile of paper sits on a table. So we took an action. Actually, that's not true. We can always look at all these things. So if I click, let's cancel this one. If I click on this one, you see that this little symbol with the arrow pointing down, that is what's an action. So I can always look and check what's around me, what's in the map, and then make the decision if I actually want to spend an action out of my 2 precious actions to go ahead and do whatever it's telling me that I can do, which in this case is search. So I think I will search through the papers. Let's see what we find. The papers stacked on the table are invitations marked with today's date. The stars have come around to their positions in the cycle of eternity. The Vanderbilt Astronomy Association cordially invites you to a celebratory evening. Gain 1 clue, then discard the search token. Okay, so I got a clue at the end of the world. I like clues. And I got rid of the token, and then he has 1 more action. Now from here, the only thing that he could explore would be this door, or move to another location and explore later. Well, I know I said I was going to send Agatha over here, but since we're here and it takes an action, maybe I can just come over and see what's up there and what the noise is all about. What is this ruckus, like my favorite movie says. All right, so let's do it. I am feeling brave, you guys. Let's check that out. A ruckus, yeah, there it is, can be heard on the other side of this door, shouting. The crash of pots and pans. And is that hissing? Okay, that hissing sounds like a snake. And a snake sounds like a monster. Let's explore. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here. The door swings open to reveal a dining room in chaos. An aging man in a tailcoat scrambles through the serving window into the kitchen as he tries to escape a strange black creature writhing on the dining room table. Great. Discard this explore token and place a dining room tile and a wall as indicated. All right, so here's our dining room. Here's our door. Let's move on. The creature turns to face you. Nice. Its black serpentine body shifts and changes, playing tricks on your eyes as you try to focus on it. The creature unfurls its leathery wings and unleashes a blood-curdling screech. Spawn a hunting horror as indicated, then suffer 2 horror. But I can negate it with my, what is that called? With my will, which Father Mateo is really good at. All right, so before I do my check, I wanted to show you the creature because there's a lot of information in it, and we should check all the information before we place the creature on the board. So on the top here, it's the name. Also, I'm showing off my painting skills. No, I'm kidding. Over here, next to the name, it's the awareness. And if there are multiple creatures and we're trying to evade or leave a space or take any other action other than fight the creature, we check which one has the biggest evade number, and that's the one we're going to evade by going into the app and telling it, hey, we're trying to evade this creature specifically because it has the highest evade value. All right, down here, there's another number. This one is a 6, and that's the horror rating. And again, when there's multiple creatures, at the end of each turn, we're going to take horror checks if there are creatures on the board and in range. And that is a number we look at when we are going to be facing a horror check. We just go for the one that has the biggest, which this one seems to be pretty big. And then in the back, there's even more stuff. This creature has an ability, which is flying. This monster can move through impassable borders. Great. And then there's a little bit of flavor text, which I'll let you read on your own. And finally, there is one more number, which is brawn. A monster's brawn represents its physical prowess and is referenced by other effects, like, for example, barricades. So if we put a barricade for this monster not to leave the room, he would roll 3 dice and has to get 2 successes in order to destroy the barricade and continue its action. And the creature takes the whole space. So yeah, I don't know how we're gonna fit in there, but I've seen a lot of people that take the bases off and just have you can print cards on Working Geek that give you all the reference information, and they just have the cards on the side. But I went with the old school way, the way that it was indicated in the manual. Okay, so we have to check will because we're taking 2 face down horror from this monster that just appeared, and we're like, what the? So we're going to be rolling 5 dice, but we also have our Holy Cross, which says roll 1 additional die while rolling a mind test. So we're actually rolling 6. Now there's only 5 dice in the game, so if we're supposed to be rolling more than the amount of dice we got, we just continue. We just use one and remember how many results we got and continue rolling. So the results can be a star or I guess a elder sign, which is a success. We can also get a clue, which doesn't mean we get a clue. I wish it did sometimes because it would help from the future. But what it means is that if you spend one of your clues, you can turn this into a success. And then the last result you can get is a blank. So let's see how we do. We need to get 2 successes. Well, I don't think we need to roll anymore. We have 3 successes here. And of course, we still have 1 die that we haven't rolled. But I think we can stop now. So we are going to take no horror from that. Let's continue. In the center of the dining table, a carving knife sits embedded in a roast. Place the knife common item as indicated. An investigator can pick up an item in his space as part of the trade action. So yes, we talked a little bit about the trade action. You can either go ahead and exchange things with other investigators, or like it says right there, we can just pick up stuff with a trade action. So let's look for that knife, which might come in handy if we're about to fight a monster. So there's a knife. It is a bladed weapon. That's the symbol I was looking for. That tells you that it's a weapon. It inflicts 1 damage. However, in this game, sometimes you inflict the damage. The app will tell you whether you inflict the damage that is here on the weapon, or sometimes you might inflict the damage that you roll, the number of successes you roll. So it will depend. Don't get scared. It looks like it's weak, but it might not be. And then there's a little bit of flavor text. The important thing is that this is a bladed weapon, because when we attack, the app is going to ask us what we're attacking with. You will see that in a minute, because I'm sure we're going to attack at some point. I'm going to place it down here under the monster. Then we're going to continue. A china cabinet stands against the wall, though it looks to have been repurposed to store all manner of knickknacks. Place its search token as indicated. Okay, so we can search through this thing. Already so many things to do. Again, like we didn't have enough to do here. Now they're giving up a bunch of stuff. I mean, that's my fault, right? Because I shouldn't have opened the door. I should have maybe finished here. Although again, in this game, if you take too long, the adventure gets harder, and more things are going to pop up. So you kind of want to speed. I want to say speed through it, but move it. We have, you can see a kitchen through the serving window. Most of the cabinets are ajar due to the food preparation, but one has been locked shut with a chain. One that has been locked up with a chain catches your attention. Place a search token as indicated. Because, of course, if it's that well protected, it's going to catch my attention. What are they protecting over there with a chain? In the kitchen, you can also see that someone has left the refrigerator open. Water leaks into a puddle on the floor. Place a search token as indicated. Refrigerator's open. You spot the old man you saw climbing through the serving window, huddling in the corner behind the oven. Sweat beads off his brow, and his eyes bulge in terror. Place a person token as indicated. This is Eugene the butler. Isn't that the guy we spoke to on the phone? Alright, I found them. I will tell you, one of the most annoying things about this game is having to find the one token that is unique in a bag full of tokens. It can take a while. And if you're playing with other players and you can't edit all the time that I spent searching for that token, for example, or if you're playing with other players, they might be like, of course I can help you look, I guess, but yeah, that is something. But that happens a lot in games where you have to create your own maps, I guess. So we found Eugene. There he is, scared as he should be. And also, I feel like you have so much to do before you can start playing. Like we've done two things. You may move one space into the explored area. And I like that they say may. Do I want to move in with the big bad monster? Mateo, are you brave enough? Here's the thing, I'm out of actions. So, because I use one action to search the table and one action to just set up this whole chaos that I just set up. So if I move in here, I can't fight the monster. So I don't know that I want to. I think maybe it's a better idea to have her move in. But of course, she can't right now. She'd have to take an action to move. And then she really doesn't have a weapon. But I do get 2 additional dice if I'm unarmed. So I think I'm not going to move in there. I'm going to leave him here. I might move him later because he might need to come and help me search. Uh, Although he can pick up that weapon later. And I don't think it matters whether I'm here or there. The horror check is still going to happen. Actually, wait. There's a door. So if there's a door, yeah, if there's a door, he won't have to check. I just looked at the manual and I'm right, however. So I think I'm going to keep him there. And that's it for him. So now Agatha is going to go and she's feeling brave. So we'll use one action to move in with the big bad monster, which I don't know if this is smart. And then let me show you what she's got so far. All right, so Agatha, who is the parapsychologist, has 5 health, 9 horror. She's a little bit better in horror than Father Mateo, but a little bit worse in health. So I gotta be careful with her. And after you resolve a horror check, gain 1 clue. All right, so she doesn't mind resolving the horror that much. And then these are her stats. Her lore is her best stat, but she really doesn't have a lot of strength, does she? Which is not going to be good if you're fighting unarmed. But remember, her equipment rolled 2 additional dice while attacking unarmed, and that went well with this one, I think. You may discard this card to convert all clues to successes while attacking unarmed. And she also has the flesh ward, which is going to help her heal. But okay, we're going to attack. I honestly don't know if this is like the best idea, attacking unarmed. So when you're attacking a monster, you click on the monster symbol down here, and then you tell the app, it actually indicates that it has 0 damage right now. It's at full health. You tell the app that you're going to attack that monster. This monster has 5 health. All right, so, and that's the evade button I was talking about earlier. So let's attack it. And then what type of weapon will you attack with? And we are attacking with no weapon, so this is going to be fun. So here we go. The creature shrugs off your initial attacks, and you look for any vital area that might allow you to hurt it. And that's observation 2. And let's do that first to see if we can even damage it. Let's see. All right, so my observation is 4, but because I have that equipment, I'm going to roll 2 more. So rolling 4 and plus 2, 6, and I need 2 successes. Well, I got them, so I don't even need to roll anymore. If you pass, you seem to find 1. As your next strike causes the creature to shrink away from you, the monster suffers 2 damage. Okay, so we are, and then you just click on the plus, and of course the monster is not dead, unfortunately, and we are done. So we used an action to move, and we used an action to attack. Okay, so we're going to continue. We can close this, although it's not important. What we need to tell the app is that we are done, and now they can go. We want to end the investigator phase. We don't, but we have to. So let's do it. The stars revolve around the center of the universe, infinite in its awful and unstoppable motion, no immediate effect. Okay, I think the first turn they give you some kind of respite, but then after that we're going to get hurt. However, the hunting horror moves 3 spaces toward the investigator within range with the highest, what is that symbol? Influence. Then it attacks that investigator. The monster is already in range of me, and I do not have the highest influence. So it is in range because range is 3 in this game. However, range doesn't go through doors, so the priest is safe. So it's going to attack Agatha. The monster attacks. Leaping into the air, the horror lands heavily upon you with teeth and claws flashing. So for 2 damage. And then my strength -1 negates. Now, if you remember, Agatha, who seems to be not a youngling anymore, is not very strong. So if I'm rolling strength -1, I'm only rolling 1 dice to prevent 2 damage. So we're gonna get hurt. At least we prevented 1, but we're still taking 1 face down damage. Actually, it's not face down damage. when we take face down damage, the app will indicate that it's face down. If it doesn't indicate that it's face down, then we take it face up. So let's flip it and see what we got. Only a flesh wound. Resolve immediately. No additional effect. And flip this face down. Okay, so it's a minor injury. I'll tell you, this can get really crowded really quick. We're going to have a lot of stuff for each investigators. I might have to rearrange stuff as we go. Let's continue. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. After all horror checks have been resolved, tap the end phase button to continue. Okay? We know we're getting a horror check from this guy, and it's for Agatha. So we're going to confirm. Black ichor runs over the monster's teeth, pulling on the ground beneath as it tastes the air. So we're going to check our will too. Our will is 4, so we need 2 successes, and we get them, okay? If you pass, you remain still and calm, which we do. Okay. And then we hit on end, and the Mythos phase, yes, we've had enough. And now we go back to us. All right, we have work to do. You can take turns in whatever order you want, so Agatha can be first now, even though Mateo was first last time. So I think I'm going to have Agatha beat down this monster, see if we can get rid of it. It needs 3 more damage. So let's go ahead and unarmed hit this monster. I can also pick up the knife and try it that way. But I think because she's good with the unarmed thing, we're going to go with that and have Mateo pick up that knife because Mateo has a little bit more health. So I want him to help in the future. So let's go ahead and tell the app that we're about to attack. Go into there. Click on that. We're going to attack. And we're unarmed still. This is our first action. You strike at the beast's outstretched limbs, hoping to weaken its ability to strike back. But we gotta test strength. All right, but we have strength too, but we are getting to roll 2 extra dice because we're unarmed. And again, we need 2 successes. Seems like the number of the day. And we get 3, so we got it. If you pass, the creature's limb recoils from the impact. The monster suffers 2 damage, which is still not enough to kill it, so we're going to have to do it again. Okay, so we're going to... we should have just clicked on attack. So for our last action, we're going to attack unarmed again, which seems to be doing... Oh, now it's going to do 3 damage if we passed. Look at that, which we don't need. Okay, you leap at the creature and hammer it with your fists. And again, we're testing strength, so let's go. And we need the magic number again. And we get it. Okay, we don't even need to use clues. We got 2 successes. So we're going to... if you pass, you beat down seems to affect the beast. Yes, she can fight. The monster suffers 3 damage, which, are you sure you want to discard this monster? Oh, you bet I do. Okay. The creature lurches to the ground dead. Hearing the monster's final fate, the old man in the kitchen cautiously steps out. Move Eugene as indicated. Monster down. Eugene comes over. Unfortunately, we are out of actions. Agatha is out of actions, so we cannot talk to Eugene. So I think I'm going to have, well, Mateo can either talk to Eugene now or pick up the knife. I think I want him to be prepared. So I'm going to take a move action to move in here, and then I'm going to take the knife first. We'll talk to Eugene in a minute. Now he has a weapon. And because he's in the same space with Agatha for that trade action, I'm guessing he can also trade things. But so far, everybody's good with what they got. So that's it. And yeah, I need to remember she's hurt. But my spell can remove a damage. So I might want to use my flesh ward soon. I know it looks like I don't have much damage, but it piles up. So actually, Mateo can move again. So I think because Mateo can move again, I'm going to have him. I want to go check that thing that is locked over there. But I guess we'll move over here, and we'll search, or we can move and search next time. We'll see. And Agatha will have a chat with Eugene. And end the investigator phase. Go to Mythos. No monsters on the board. Suddenly, everything goes dark. The Mythos event affects the investigator with the lowest lore, which is Mateo. You stagger in the dark, attempting to discover what has happened to the lights. Observation, we need 1 success. Mateo's observation is 2. Okay. I didn't even know somebody was messing with the lights. All right, we have a success, so we're good. We only needed 1. If you pass, you realize that you have simply forgotten to open your eyes after blinking. Oh, come on. Okay, they could have come up with a better reason. Anyways, we continue. And yeah, there is no horror check because the app knows that there are no monsters on the board. So let's go for that plan we had. I guess we should talk to Eugene, but again, I don't know if Eugene's going to bring out more baddies. So I think I'm going to have Mateo go first. He's going to... Actually, this... Is this? No, this is not 1 big, because there's a door. So he's going to move 1, and then he's going to search that locked thing. The 1, right? Someone has locked the cabinet by wrapping a chain. Yes, that's the 1. So we're going to take our last action to search. And of course, there's a test. The chain is sturdy, but the cabinet doors are made of thin wood. You think you could break one of the doors off with strength. Roll 2 additional dice if you have the crowbar, which I don't. And again, we need 2 successes. All right, we have 1 success, and then with partial success, I think Mateo will spend a clue to make it a success and pass. All right, so we have 2. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to pass. That's just 2. I don't know if that'll be enough. Sometimes it gives you a number, but here it didn't. Well, okay, so let's see what happens. The flimsy wood cracks as you pull the cabinet door off its hinges. Gain the lucky cigarette case common item, then discard the search token. We get a cigarette case? Okay. So here's that item. It's an equipment. Once per round, you may convert a clue to a success. Okay, that's not bad. I don't know if Mateo's gonna smoke, but he'll definitely turn clues into successes as much as possible. And that's it for Mateo. He moved. Of course, he has 1 more movement because he only moved 1. And the manual is not clear. You can move after you do an action, but you move one at a time, 1 movement at a time. So I might be doing this wrong, but we'll come over here to search there. We'll just go full circle over here, and then Agatha is gonna have a chat. We click on Eugene. The old man brushes himself off and tries to calm his shaking composure. You came just in time. Thank you so much for saving me. The name is Eugene. We spoke earlier today. I've heard noises from the attic, but the door's locked. I think something bad is going to happen. So we can use an action because we haven't used an action yet. We just kind of clicked on him. But if we want to use an action, we can say, are you okay? Or where is Mr. Vanderbilt? Or just ignore him and not use an action. I think he's okay. What I want to know is where in the world is this guy? So maybe he can point us to the attic because he's saying that there's noise there, but where is it? So where is Mr. Vanderbilt? Those ruffians took Mr. Vanderbilt to the attic. Okay, the attic seems to be the place to be. You can get to the attic through the west door of the hall, but the door is locked. Mr. Vanderbilt likely keeps the key in his... Wait, I'm not sure if he would want me trusting you with this. Oh, come on. Well, we just saved your life, dude. So we need to influence this guy for him to tell us how exactly we get the key. So now we know that the attic is to the west. Of course, looking at the map, there are two doors. So could you be more specific, Eugene? Is it this door or that door? That would be very helpful. All right, and they're locked. One of them is locked. So we know it's the one that's locked. Well, which one is it? So Agatha's influence is just 3. She's not attacking unarmed, right? We're not attacking Eugene. So it's just a roll of 3. Let's see how many we get. We don't know how many we need. We just put them in. I can't believe we have to do this after saving this guy's life. Like, how can you not trust us? All right, well, we rolled as best we could with 3. Let's see if that works. So we mark it here, and then we confirm. All right, Mr. Vanderbilt has a hidden office that he often retreats to. The door is hidden in the estate's library, which is through the east door when you get into the hall. It uses a very strange lock hidden behind a bookshelf. The butler instructs you how to open the secret door in the library. Gain 1 clue. This smells like a puzzle, it's my least favorite thing. I mean, I like them, but I'm just so bad at them. Okay, so we know is through the east door when you get into the hall. I'm guessing it's the top door. All right, continue. And that was our first action. We do get a clue for that. So I guess for our next action, we need to start moving and get into that door. So 1 and 2, and we're here because I'm hoping that's the one. But I can't check it because I'm out of actions. And Mateo already went. He's all the way over there. He better come because this is, I'm guessing if this is the door that we need to find that library so we can open this door. So we go here, search, do the puzzle, come back over here. It's going to take a while. Let's go to the mythospace. The clues you have gathered disprove everything you once knew about the world. This mythos event affects the investigator with the most clues. That is Mateo. You review your notes attempting to reconcile your new information with the world you remember. And we are doing a lore check, which he has 4 lore. We need 2 successes. And we get them. Okay. We've been rolling pretty okay. We only have to spend 1 clue so far. If you pass, you determine that your past ignorance was understandable but dangerous. I think that's it. If you fail, you discard your entire previous worldview, suffer 1 face down horror, and discard 2 clues. Oh, that would have been terrible. Okay. I usually don't read the fail but I saw 2 clues. So I wanted to know. Do we still get those? We don't. Because they came, it was discarding clues, not gaining them. All right, so we're back. And I think the first thing we're going to do is have Agatha check the door to see if we're right, because if not, Mateo has to come over and help. So let's explore over here. The door leads deeper into the mansion. Hold on. Before I go ahead and explore, what does this one say? This is the one that's locked. The door leads to a small front room of the mansion. It doesn't tell us. Okay. So, I don't know. He said once you get into the hole. So I'm going to try this one and see what happens. Explore. Okay. The door opens into a dim hallway that winds through the heart of the mansion. Place the hole corner and hole end tiles as indicated and discard all explore tokens leading to this room. Okay. So we just, at least we don't have to search the other one. But where is that east door he was talking about? I guess maybe Mateo? Okay, so we have our holes, and a wooden desk stands against the wall. Place a search token. We can search that desk. Someone acting in a hurry has knocked over a stack of papers. Place a search token as indicated. There's a bunch of papers here on the floor that we can search through. Continue. The doors lead to other rooms of the mansion. Okay, so there's doors. Good, we need those. Door here, which is to the east, and a door there. You could use the surrounding furniture to barricade the door should the need arise. Place a barricade as indicated. That kind of tells me there's going to be a monster over on this end. I love how they say, should the need arise. I bet you the need is going to arise. You know it too, don't you? You may move 1 space into the explored area, and we shall, because that will get us closer, even though there's nothing to search here. But we still have 1 more action, so at least we can get closer to where we need to be. And with that, we've explored, and like I said, we shall move. And then Mateo, let's see. There's a door here, but it's blocked by this wall. I don't know why they didn't make us like, uh, put like a picture frame there. Really, no way we could go out that way. I wish we could because that would put us here. But I don't know. Do I want to come down here and check this door, or do I want to go help her? I think my options are limited since I can only move 2 spaces. So I can move 1, 2, and check this door, or my other option is to search this thing and then 1, 2, and be ready to check the door next time. And I think I'm gonna search since I'm there, and I hate leaving stuff behind. What if there's evidence? I know that in my previous run through, I needed to collect evidence in order to win the scenario, or not win, but like it would help me. I needed to leave with some evidence, I believe, in order to escape. I don't know. They haven't mentioned anything about evidence here, but we are detectives, right? We need evidence. So I'm gonna search with Mateo over there. Oh, this is the refrigerator. Ooh, last time when I did the refrigerator thing, it was bad news. So now I'm not so sure because it wasn't fun. Like a monster popped up and everything. Uh, should we be brave or do we? Is there anything else we can search? I don't think so. So you know what? We're gonna just because I know the water and refrigerator. I don't know about that. I had a bad experience last time. Bad enough that I don't want to do it again. So we're just gonna move and explore the other door. I think we'll go that. And then maybe next time I can search this stuff. 1, 2, and then we're going to explore over here. The door leads to a small front room of the mansion. We read that before. Explore. More stuff because we don't have enough to do. The light from the entry shines into the dimly lit office as you open the door. A lamp sits on a large wooden desk, casting long shadows across a mess of papers and books scattered around the room. Discard this explore token and place the office tile on the wall as indicated. Well, I do remember something about there was something in the office. So I guess this wasn't bad. All right, so I've placed the office. I know there's a wall somewhere, but the text is covering up where it's at. So my guess would be here, but I don't know. Let's keep going and maybe it'll show us. And yep, I was right about that. The wall is over there. And then the desktop under the lamp is cluttered with papers. Place a search token as indicated. There's papers here. And I'm not sure if that's the wall they want us to put, but I don't think it matters as long as it's a wall. Across the room, a bookcase stacked with books and other items stands against one wall. Among the items, you spot something useful. Place the King James Bible common item as indicated. An investigator can pick up the item in his space as part of the trade action. Well, how convenient that Mateo found the Bible. That's thematic. So let's find the Bible. And here's a closer look at the Bible. It's a tome. It's an action. You or another investigator within range may discard one face down horror. Okay, continue. You may move 1 space into the explored area, and that should be it. So I'm here. However, I'm out of actions because I use 1 to move and 1 to explore. But I'll be ready next turn so we can go to the Mythos phase. Still no monsters. Let's see what happens. Yes, we are confirming. There's only 2 of us. It goes by quick. The ground gives way beneath Father Mateo's foot, threatening to twist an ankle or worse. Father Mateo suffers 2 face down damage, but we can negate it with agility. Then he flips 2 damage face up. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think he has any damage right now, but if he takes some. So 2 face down damage, but agility negates, and he has 3 agility. Okay, we got it. We got 2 successes, so no damage. And then we would flip 2 damage face up, but again, he has no damage, so we're good. And that's it. No horror because there's no monsters on the board. I know she wants to explore. I keep making the map bigger and making no progress. I think I'm gonna have Mateo. I wish he could get that Bible, but we know what that is. How about searching through these papers? We'll search through the papers. Nobody has horror yet, so I don't even know if I want the Bible. They made it look like such a big deal, and I'm sure he has tons of Bibles. You know, he doesn't need 1 more. The desk is covered in random clutter, with small space clear in front of the chair for working. You dig through the dense paperwork cluttering the desk, looking for anything of interest with observation. And his observation is only 2, so this is not going to go well. But we did get the best we could have gotten, 2 successes. So we put 2 here and confirm. As you shuffle through the seemingly endless paperwork covering the desk, you spot a weathered journal that looks out of place amidst the mundane clutter. The cover of the journal is marked Lilith Vanderbilt. Gain the old journal unique item and discard the search token. The investigator holding the old journal can read through its entries by interacting with it in the app. Okay, and this old journal is evidence. It does nothing else, but we, like the app says, we can interact with it, and I think we will. We want to read it, right? Mateo has only taken one action, which was to search. So now we can click on this book back here, and we have this, and it's the journal of Lilith Vanderbilt. The pages are torn and frayed from hard use. We take an action to read it. You turn to an entry from several years ago. William has gotten increasingly secretive since he started that astronomy association. He has been working on some secret project in the attic and even installed a lock and alarm to keep people out. What he does not know is that I have found the wiring he installed in his bedroom in the back of the house. I can use it to unlock the door to the attic when he is gone. Gain one clue. Well, thank you, Lilith, for letting us know about that. And Mateo gains another clue. He's up to 4. The journal entries continue on for several months. He can continue reading as an action, but I am out of actions because I didn't want to search and find the journal and didn't want to read. So I have to cancel, but we can read later. And then that's it. All right, and then this girl. Well, so now I know I need to get to the bedroom somehow, which I reckon it's in the back of the house somewhere. So we can still explore. I want to heal, so I want to use my flesh ward. It says you're another investigator within range. Discard 1 damage, then flip this card. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna have like no damage on us, and we flip it, and we find an echo of the spell passes through you, and then we have to test our lore. Our lore is 5, and we need 3 successes, and we more than get them. Okay. If you pass, you latch onto the echo and cast it again. Discard 1 damage. Okay. If you fail, you lose your concentration. And so it could have actually not healed us. Then discard this card and gain another flesh ward spell. So we do get another one. It won't be this one. We'll discard this one. So I have 4 to choose from. Pick this one. And then these we'll put away. And we can read it, of course. But we are fully healed. Nobody has any horror. Nobody has any damage. I think in that respect, there are no monsters. In that respect, we're doing okay. It's just the mansion is so big that where do we go? Again, I'm thinking that's the bedroom, but I'm here, so I want to explore that way. So let's do it. More map. All we need is more map. This is going to be my second action. Library. Okay, so this is the library, and we did need to go to the library. I honestly, I already forgotten why, but actually, if you do forget, there's this message log, and you can go back and read. So actually, it's okay if you forget. Here it is. The door is hidden. Wait, what is it? All right, Mr. Vanderbilt has a hidden office. The door is hidden in the estate's library, which is through the east door, and when you get into the hall, it uses a very strange lock hidden behind a bookshelf. Okay, so we got to the library. Now we have to find the office. So resume scenario. Yeah, well, we're not in the library yet, but we're getting there. So we're going to explore because it seems like that's the way to go. The door creaks on its hinges as you push it open to reveal the library. Bookshelves line the walls. Discard this explore token and place the library tile in a wall as indicated. It's too bad these two things do not connect because we're kind of in the same wing of the mansion, but not together because we're blocked over here. Moving on, a pile of research materials that have been recently used sits on a small wooden desk. Places a search token. We can search over here. A robed figure is pushing a bookshelf back into place. Oh no, robed figure? That sounds like a cultist. Place a search token. Seems to me like it's time to fight empty-handed again, unarmed. There he is. The robed figure draws out a strange idol and begins chanting. Before your very eyes, a terrifying creature appears out of thin air. The cult member speaks some words to it in a strange language, but the creature turns on him, tearing him to pieces before your eyes. Oh my gosh, okay. Spawn a deep 1 in the library as indicated, then suffer 2 horror, which will, I think it's called, yes, will negates. Okay, so first let's get a deep 1. Okay, so here he is, deep 1, 3, 4, and then does he have any cool skills? Aquatic. This monster can move through impassable borders that represent water. And there we go, that's 2. Of course, now we have a monster and no actions. You may move one space into the explored area. Well, I would love to. I would love to if I had more actions, but I took an action to heal and want to explore. So, and horror checks do not go through doors, although he will move to where I'm at. He's going to, right? Well, range doesn't go through doors, but I think he will move towards me. I might as well go in there, right? But then I'm gonna have to do, yeah, I'm gonna have to do a horror check anyways. So I'm gonna be brave because I need to be in here anyways, right? We need to search all that stuff. So let's do it. Okay, well, we're out of actions, so let's go. Now we have a monster, so it's gonna be attacks, horror, everything. The hairs on the back of Agatha Crane's neck stand on end. She spins around as a harsh voice calls her name. There is no one there. Agatha suffers 2 more horror, but again will negates. Okay, we got it again. Good. Sometimes there's no way to negate it. You just take it. All right, a rope. Oh, more monsters. Great. A rope figure appears from a secret door and begins searching around. Upon seeing signs of another people, the figure yells, "There is someone here!" You hear a muffled response from another part of the state. "Get rid of them!" Spawn a cultist as indicated. Well, at least this guy came in peace, kind of. There's his stats. And does he have an ability? Nope, he does not. All right, continue. The deep one moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator, which that's why I moved in, because he was going to move out anyways. Then it attacks the investigator in its space with the highest strength, which we're not very strong people here. So the monster does attack Agatha. The creature lashes out with powerful rubbery arms and plunges your face into brackish water. Suffer 2 face down damage and 1 horror. Agility +1 negates. And when we negate, we can negate either the damage or the horror, our choice. If you suffer 1 or more damage, okay, so let's first see if we can negate that. Our agility is 3, and we need to get 3 successes. I mean, they're right there, right? So we can do that. But we don't. We have 1 and a partial success, so we're going to use a clue to negate the other one. I mean 2, and then we still take 1. It's either damage or horror. I think I'll take the damage since I have my healing thing, and it's face down damage. Good. Okay. And the horror would have been face up, right? Suffer 2 face down damage and 1 horror. Yeah. So we negated 1 damage and 1 horror, but still took a damage. Let's see. If you suffer 1 or more damage, you begin to drown, become dazed. Oh, maybe I should take the horror, but the horror is face up. I think we're going to become dazed. I don't think it's a big deal. You cannot spend clues to convert dice results to perform additional puzzle steps. And at the end of your turn, we get to discard that. So it's only going to last 1 turn. And there are no puzzles yet. I have a monster to fight. So I don't think I'm going to need to spend clues to do more puzzle things. So we are just going to be dazed. We're dazed. And we have a damage. It's all fun here. And only 1 clue. The cultist moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Then it attacks the investigator in its space with the lowest observation. And yeah, that's going to happen because we are only 1 space away. So there it goes. The monster attacks. The cultist wraps grimy hands around your neck, squeezing tight. Oh man, strength. We're not very strong here. Strength, we have to get 2 successes. All right, he's going to roll 3. He does have a lot of clues. And we're going to need 1 of them if we want to. No, it's only a strength of 2, and we do get 2 successes. So if you pass, you pry the fingers from your neck, and the cultist finally relents when you hear them snap. But we don't hurt it. I mean, we snapped their fingers. I guess we didn't. Continue. Okay, each investigator must have some fun and resolve a horror check. All right, so we are going to have horror checks all over the place. So let's do it. We're going to do Agatha first. Yes, we're going to do that. The deep one's gills flare, and its musculature seems to ripple beneath its wet, scaly flesh. It begins to slam and claw at the ground in a fury. Suffer 2 horror, and will negates. And we get them. Okay, that one passed. Fun. And we need to do 1 for him. Confirm. You notice the cultist's skin ripple and churn, caused by some worm-like creatures flowing through him, within him. Suffer 1 horror, and again will negates. Father Mateo has a strong will. He's rolling 5. plus 1 additional because it's a will test. And there's 2 successes, which is more than we needed. All right, moving on. We're going to end it. Confirm. Let's go. All right, so we have monsters to fight. Now, do we spend time fighting them or do we go do something else? Well, remember, if we want to do anything other than attack these monsters, we're going to need an evade check. So I say we kill him. Mateo has a knife. She is unarmed but powerful. She went to the gym this morning. So let's see. Let's start with Agatha. She's on the left. So she's going to attack unarmed. Let's do it. Hopefully we can kill her in one swing. I don't know. Let's try it. If we do, we might take some time healing. So there's our monsters. Let's attack the deep one. Ooh, 5-5. Yeah, we're not gonna get to that, are we? Okay. And we are attacking unarmed because we are just like fierce old ladies. You dance in and out of your opponent's reach with your heart in your throat. See, she's dancing. Throwing jab after jab. Agility plus 1. Okay. And this time the monster is going to suffer damage equal to your test result. Agatha, at age 90, I don't know how old she is, but she has 3 agility plus 1. I'm telling you, this girl, she goes to the gym. She is fierce. Wow, look at that. Okay, so we need 5 damage. We got 2 successes. We only have 1 clue. We're not going to get to kill it, but we will attack again. Do we spend 1 clue to inflict 3 damage, or do we hope that next time we can inflict more damage? I think we're going to just cross our fingers and hope. We're going to inflict 2 damage. By the way, before I forget, we do get 2 more because we're attacking unarmed. So we get to roll what it said plus 2 more. So we have 2 successes and another, that's 4. Okay, so now I will turn one of these clue things so that I can kill it in one swing. So I'm out of clues, but I, in one swing, beat down a monster. That's Agatha for you. Yes, I want to confirm that he's dead. Okay, and we still have 1 more action. Where's our map? Oh, we have to close this. Okay. Get rid of him. All right, so now we have 2 places where we can search and we better. Over on the rightmost one, we have a large scroll showing the solar system. Okay, and I think the other one is the one where the cultist was, or not the cultist, the deep one. Here behind the bookshelf, the rub figure was moving. You see runic circles inscribed on the wall. This seems a little bit more interesting, right? Let's search there, and that will be my last action. You push aside the shelf to reveal the ritual circles the butler spoke of. Oh no, a puzzle. You attempt to trace them as he told you. Tap to attempt the puzzle using your lore. Okay, well, my lore is 5, and I'm going to need each and every one of them because I'm terrible at these puzzles, as you will now see. So I think we do get an attempt at it now, but then we're going to have to take more actions using our lore. She has 5, he has 4 if he ever wants to come help, but he is otherwise engaged at the moment. So let's try with 5 and see what we get. Oh no, it's one of these that I have to put together. So what you do is you can switch one of these squares with another one until you complete the mess that this is. I'm telling you, I'm scared to even start it. This one seems to be in the right place just because of that wall. This one seems to be down here, so I'm gonna. I don't like these things. Or this could be down there too. That was one move, and I'm glad that it tells you how many moves you've used. That seems to be in the correct place. This one seems to maybe go over here, so we're gonna put it over there. This seems to me, it seems about right, although I'm not sure. Is this, well, I don't know. Okay, so that's 2 moves. This one seems like it could come over here. This one has wall there, so maybe it goes up there. Yeah, that seems right. Okay, I have 2 more. I think this one goes all the way here. But which one goes in the corner? I don't know. Okay, well, well, actually, hold on, because that, oh no, that doesn't look right. Okay, so that one there. Ah, okay, I think I already messed up, didn't I? Because, can I flip it? I don't know, guys. I'm telling you, I'm horrible at this. All of this looks good to me. Does it look good to you? Maybe this one is out of place, but like that goes. Ah, I'm not sure about this. Well, this is in the wrong place, but I just moved that. this seems to, okay, so I'm gonna go like this, and then I still have to go put that there, and then this. I think I need two more. I think, because I'm horrible at this, but I've done my 5, so I have to close it and continue later. And the app will remember what I've done so far, but it's that's it. That's all I can do. Now it's Mateo's turn. He's going to fight that monster, so let's just get it on the board here, and we're gonna attack. And I have a bladed weapon. I have my knife, so bladed weapon it is. You whip the blade around, tracing vicious patterns through the air. I find it funny that this guy came unarmed. Like, they should have brought a gun. Okay, so agility, and I need to get it as 2 successes. Mateo has 3 agility, and I did pass. That's 2. It says, if you pass, the patterns are drawn in the blood of your foe. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test result. If we got 2, and our weapon is 1, so we're inflicting 3 damage, that should kill it. Which is great, because that means no horror checks when we come to the Mythos phase. No attacks. So we confirm, and he's dead, and I still have 1 more action. So do I want the Bible? I don't think I want the Bible. Again, he probably has a bunch in his collection, so I think I want to go help Agatha. We need to get through this puzzle, and once we do, we need to find where all this ritual is happening, which I'm guessing is over here. So I'm just going to move. I wish I had 1 more action, 1, 2, because I could check this token, but I don't. So we're going to the Mythos phase. Actually, looking at this, before I go to the Mythos phase, there seems to be a door here. There's doors on both sides. So instead of moving 1, 2, I'm going to move 1, 2, and be prepared to come over to this hallway. And I'll let her handle the puzzle, which letting me handle the puzzle is not a good idea, but since I'm controlling both, it'll be me handling the puzzle regardless. I don't know why they have it out for Mateo, but Father Mateo's tongue starts to engorge, quickly growing too large for its mouth, for his mouth. Only by clamping down hard does the swelling halt and start to go down again. Father Mateo suffers 1 face down damage and 2 horror. Oh my gosh. And strength negates. I believe he has 3 strength. Yes, he does. Strength plus 1, so he's rolling 4, and we need to get 3 successes. And we do. We get them all. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, great. All right, continue. And that's it. It's our turn again. Yay. All right, guys, we're going to stop here and continue on in the next video. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to all of those who asked for this game to be played. Here we are doing that. I'll see you in the next one. May you play more games.
Have been